And we thank you so much for staying with us. We continue with you. Well, here am I, launching into discussion as if the program is not just starting. So thank you so much for joining us. This is All Angles. I'm Dion Jackson Miller. What we are continuing is our discussion of what's happening with SSL, the fraud that has taken place, the steps that have been taken by the government, the major announcements made earlier this week by the finance minister. We're going to be discussing all of that. And my guests in studio, we have financial and economic commentator Ralston Hyman, the opposition spokesperson on finance, Julian Robinson, is with us, and joining us by Zoom, we have developmental economist and financial commentator. Want to start with the very latest, a short while ago, a few minutes ago, a statement came out from the finance minister. I'm just going to read it as is, that said, consequent on an attempt made to undertake a member's voluntary winding up of SSL Stocks and Securities Limited, the Financial Services Commission has obtained court orders to restrain SSL, the purported trustee of SSL and directors of SSL, from disposing of, dealing with assets and liabilities in SSL's name or its clients' names, withdrawing, transferring, or otherwise dissipating any funds from accounts in its name wherever held, from interfering with the acts of servants or agents of the FSC and temporary manager, from winding up or dissolving the company and liquidating the assets of SSL, and from reorganizing the company or its operations, whether in any document, form, or organization of members' assets and liabilities. And that is a process that takes place under the Companies Act. And let me just ask my guests to comment very quickly. Ralston Hyman, let me start
Simple.
with you.
It is inappropriate. The statement from the Ministry of Finance is spot on. That should not be allowed. Simple.
What should not be allowed?
The winding up proceedings by the trustee and the shareholders of the company. No. The Ministry of Finance has sent in a temporary manager, and that's where we are going to go at this particular point in time. So the action is totally inappropriate.
Well, I support what the ministry has done. Yeah. You know, at this stage, we don't know who is culpable for the fraud that took place. And we don't know whether managers, directors, current or past, may be involved in fraudulent activity. So for them to move to wind up the company, which would mean possibly selling assets which may need to be recovered to repay the people whose monies would have been stolen, it is important that you put a stop to that.
So let me just make sure my viewers are clear on what has happened. So SSL then, or the directors, were trying to wind up the company in selling off its assets, sorting out its business and so on. And FSC, which had taken control of the company, has obtained the court orders to say you can't do that.
Correct.
So simply put, for the street, them I try to go around the thing.
That is indeed straightforward. Chris Stokes, your comment?